Hey guys, this is episode 3 of Building Hogwarts, and as you can see, I've moved everything, and that's partly because it doesn't really fit in where I had it before, and I'm not really sure where I'm going to put this thing when it's finished, to be honest. It's so large, and it's only going to get bigger from here, but yeah, that'll be something I have to figure out, but that's alright. And over here, we have this protruding sort of building that connects to the rectangular building that goes behind here. So that's only on this side. And then on this side, there's a door. And the reason there's no door over here is because the wall kind of goes straight down. And that's just something I noticed when looking at the reference photos. There's actually a door that goes into the building here and then out to the courtyard. And obviously I don't have the building yet, but it's going to go here. And I kind of outlined the floor plan, so I'll show you that in a second, but I want to show you everything all together. So this is what it's looking like. I did mention I was going to finish this up, and I didn't get to that. That's also because I didn't want to build that and then realize I messed something up down somewhere else, and then I'd have to fix that later. I figured I'd kind of build everything up to about this height, and then once I'm there, I'll probably be more confident with finishing it up because I'll be sure I got everything right, everything proportioned correctly. I didn't want to build that and then go back and have to change something because it wasn't lining up or whatever. But yeah, so this is what I have. The fountain is in place. I have ground finally. I know it doesn't look like much, but once I ran out of these tiles, and once I get enough, that'll all be filled in, so it's the same pattern throughout. And then I'm going to put more of the sort of moss around the edge here, around these walls, as it does in the movies. So that's going to look cool. And then this sort of moss too, these vines are going to be hanging off this corner and this pillar. That's why I still haven't finished up this wall. That's also why these walls aren't done, because the detail stuff takes a long time. So these walls are going to be just as detailed as these ones, with the darker colors mixed in. But right now they're just kind of plain. But that'll get fixed up. So yeah. And then I have water in the fountain. That's just using a superhero piece. And it's just sort of studded in with a, let's see if it focuses, it has a hollow stud. Oh, it's a hollow stud, and then it goes into the piece here. And then the color of choice for below the transparent pieces, I have, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I have a layer of transparent blue on top, then trans clear plates underneath, and then below that is sand blue plates. I don't know if you can tell, but in person it's like a dull blue color, which is what I was going for. It looks kind of brighter on camera, but it looks good in person. So I don't know, I just thought that was interesting because I've seen people do different things for water, whether it be trans clear pieces, trans blue pieces on top of another color of plate or whatever. But yeah, that's what I did. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove this thing. Oh, also something I should point out. I didn't get these pieces in yet, or the rest of the pieces here, but I did get these, the candlesticks arrived, so those are now in tan. But like I said, there's a few other pieces I need to replace. But also, I redesigned this whole thing, and I don't know if you can tell. but it's different. If you watch the previous video, this whole thing got changed quite drastically. Doesn't look like a drastic change, but once I point it out, some people might notice it. So here, there used to be a ledge here. So if you can imagine, I take this regular brick, put it here. There used to be this surface here, because this entire wall was out an entire stud, or rather, this whole center section was back a stud, and I pulled it out, basically because I didn't like the way that ledge looked here, and now I have it flush. So these pairs of columns are kind of flush with this, and I think that looks a lot better. It looks more accurate, and I think once I get to building this sort of curved section here, that's gonna look better, flush with the dinosaur tail pieces. And yeah, I think it just looks more accurate. And what that also did was, these entire columns are now out a stud. So you can see this brick used to be flush with the wall, but now it comes out from the wall. And so does this entire section, because this pyramid, you can see over here, the pyramid needed room, so it wasn't bumped up against this. So it's flush with that right now. But I had to move this whole thing out when I moved the back wall out, and that took a lot of redesigning and rebuilding. But yeah, also let me show you what I did here. So if you look closely, there's a row of tiles here. That's because this whole thing splits now. So when I was rebuilding it, I figured, I might need to move this thing around for whatever reason. So let me make it in sections. So I made it split right here. I don't know if I can do it. There we go. One-handed. And the portcullis comes out with this section because the string is attached there, but there we go. So that's going to be a separate section. I thought it'd be interesting to sort of pull this out, because this is how I have the whole thing built here. It's in sections already. I just wanted to make the clock tower in sections as well. But this floor is separate from everything. There's those groove plates there, which slide into the groove bricks here. They're on both sides. And then this part just comes out too. You can see those Technic bricks with the pins. And then the walls of the courtyard are separate as well. This is, again, just so I can move stuff around, and it makes it easier. But anyways, let's move on. Alright guys, so here we have I don't even know what you call this, the giant building that goes behind the face of the clock tower. I guess it's a part of the clock tower itself, but anyways, because this is basically where the pendulum would swing down in front of this, and you would be able to look in through that doorway, and you'd see the pendulum. And I'm assuming some of the gears and whatever goes above is also inside this building, as well as the front facade. But yeah, so some of the mechanism will probably go in here. I will make the clock work to the best of my ability. So I've built a working clock before, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know what's going to happen, whether it's just a little gearbox or something where it spins and moves, or if it's an actual working clock that can tell time. I'm not sure yet, but I do want to experiment with that and make the pendulum swing at the very least and everything. But we'll see. I mean, I have so much space to work with in here. It wouldn't be hard to figure it out. I don't know. It might just take a while. But anyways, as you can see here, this is what took the most time as far as this ground goes. So first I kind of laid out, figured out what size I needed to make it. So it's quite a large base here. It's almost like 2 base plates wide and 1 base plate deep. Not quite. I think it's like 30 studs by 56 or something like that. But yeah, it's quite large. Like, it's really wide and really deep. But anyways, this is because there's not a lot of reference for the inside of this building as far as the movies go. And I made this crest based off of this piece that I have, which is also the Hogwarts crest. And I just wanted to make a large version here. Because, I don't know, I thought I was taking inspiration from some of the video games. Because the games portray the interior of this as it's part of the map you have to roam around in. And the movies don't really show this, so I just sort of took inspiration from the games. And I think I'm going to do that with most of the interior of this building, because it's not really said what goes on in here. There's a Wikipedia page that said a dueling club took place in the clock tower before Harry arrived to Hogwarts, so like a previous dueling club to Lockhart's dueling club. And I think that'd be interesting to put something representative of that in here, like just some students dueling or whatever inside of here. I mean, I have so much space in this building, I can do whatever I want with it. But I think that would be cool. And then again, as reference to the video games, I think I want to put some kind of staircase, or like some huge grand staircase in here, because I have so much room. Maybe 2, like one going to the left and then another one going to the right, or something like that. I don't know. But there is supposed to be a giant window here. You can definitely see that in the movies. So I don't want to compromise what the movies show us. I just want to add to that, if that makes any sense. I don't want to stray away too much. Like, I want to make it as accurate as possible, but any parts of the castle that you don't see necessarily, that's where I can exercise my creativity. But anyways, enough with the rambling. Let's show you this part with the door again. So I'm going to need to order these old-fashioned doors. I do like the way they look, that's why I'm using them. And yeah, I only had one for whatever reason. I think I got it in a random lot or something a long time ago, but I do like the texture on them, so I'll have to order another one. But I also need to get these hinge pieces in tan, as I need one there and on the other side to attach the door. But that's how that looks. And then I have these steps leading down to the door, because on the outside we have steps leading up to this entrance, and I needed some way to sort of transition the different levels of the castle. So that's what I did here, is just some stairs on the inside. I think it looks good. And then of course I have enough room for the door to swing out. And then this corner, if I could turn this whole thing around, is the corner I started with, because I really wanted to get the door on, mainly for the video, because I felt I needed more progress. So this is like a last minute thing, and I'll try to get more progress done next week. But like I said, a lot of the building is rebuilding. That's just the way it is. But in any case, this is what I have. So as you can imagine, this coloration will be throughout most of it. It happens to be darkest towards the bottom, and then the bricks get lighter as you go up. So I think it's going to be a slow start on the building, but once I get the texture done here and it sort of gets more tan, it's going to be easier and quicker. So hopefully, like I said, we'll get more progress the next episode. But yeah, I just want to show you, like, this is the level of detail I'm planning to do on the exterior of the building. So it's not going to be like all boring tan or whatever, but that's why it's going to take so long. And then here I just have like these spindly window things to measure out everything. But I also wanted to show you some other stuff I've been building that is going to go inside of here, but it's not in there yet. And let me just get those real quick. Alright guys, so here's some of the props I was thinking about putting on the inside of the building. And so I guess let's start with these axe pieces. So I plan on hanging these on one of the walls because I really like the way these parts look in general. And there's a lot of stuff like this around Hogwarts, so I figured yeah, we'll hang these up in there. And then going along with that medieval vibe, I have a suit of armor because in Hogwarts there's a lot of suit of armors around in the hallways and stuff. And I sort of was thinking about the Sorcerer's Stone video game when I built this guy, because there's a lot in that game as well. So I just used a bunch of spare parts, and he has like a plain shield and this little red feather as an accent color. And then going along with the Sorcerer's Stone video game, I built these two lanterns because there's a sort of grand staircase in the entrance hall, and I'll show a picture right now. But basically there's these lamps on either side of that staircase, and I wanted to build them up, so I just used a microphone piece which goes into the small train wheel, and there's a hollow stud. That's how the top is built up. And then I have a rocket engine piece as the base, and then I built two of them. So when I build the staircases in here, I'll have these somewhere, either flanking the stairs as it does in the game or somewhere near there. And then here, also inspired by the Sorcerer's Stone video game, I built these candelabras. And Lego makes candelabras like a specialized piece, but they don't make them in black. The only color they exist in right now is gold, which I do like the look of, but I went for the black because in the game they're definitely dark, either black or dark gray. So again, I wanted to take inspiration from the game, and so I just built them up here using various pieces. There's like a tap piece here, a Technic piece, and a bar, and hollow stud, and a few other things. So yeah, I built a couple of those. And then these sort of are a reference to the Lego Harry Potter game, so years 1 through 4 or 5 through 7, but basically it's a lightsaber hilt with a bar, or a 1x1 tile with the bar, and then and I just dropped one, and a ball joint. And then I built 3 of them. So yeah, these are just gonna go like around desks and stuff. I'll show another picture of what they look like in the game. That's what these are inspired off of. So now let's move on to the Hogwarts braziers. And these are those giant stone torches that kind of are around the hallways and stuff. Basically everywhere in Hogwarts, and I know I'm going to need to build more of these because right now I only have 4. But let me just show you how this is done. So as you can see here, it's square at the top as it should be, but the way that's achieved is using the quarter round tiles. And what that allows you to do is if I take this out, now there's a hole. It's essentially a square tile with a hole in it. So that allowed me to have the bar that's connecting this go into that hole and hold this whole thing in place. So as it is, this section isn't connected to anything, but when you slide it in here, it's held in. It's not going anywhere. As soon as you put this piece on, there's just 4 of these that surround it. As soon as you put that on, that's locked in place. And I really wanted to get that square look here, because I could have used this Technic or this 2x2 round tile with the Technic hole in it, but I didn't want to compromise the shaping of the square top here, because I think it looks better, in my opinion, than if it was round here. And then of course I just have a round one at the base here, so that when I go to place it down, I have a stud connection. So this is just a simple stud reversal technique, where you take a 2x2 round tile with the hole in it and then stick it to a jumper. So this is just a jumper that right now is upside down. And then so that's how I did these, and then I built up 4 of them. Alright guys, so that's everything I have so far. Let me know what you guys think about the amount of progress I'm able to make. I know it's not quite as much as I would have wanted. It's more than I expected to be making as the week progressed. I felt my progress slowing, and it's partly due to the amount of parts I had. Like I said, I need more of the 1x2 tiles and just stuff like that. And just life in general has been happening. But I hope it's enough progress. I definitely didn't want to skip a week, just to have more progress for the next week, because I think it's better to just show you what I have, even if it's not too much stuff going on and it's looking like this, but I mean, that's true to what a work in progress project looks like. It's not going to look amazing, every time. But in any case, I also like to know what you guys think about my ideas for the inside of this building behind here. Like what I said with the dueling club. I read that on Wiki, or I don't even remember, but so I don't know how canonical that is, like if that's real or what, but you guys in the comments all have to let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's a cool idea anyways, even if that's not true. But I don't know, a dueling club inside of here would be kind of cool. Obviously the dueling club in Chamber of Secrets happens in the Great Hall, but I don't know, I think that would be cool to build something similar to that, with that sort of blue carpet with like the moon circle, like the moon designs on them, and have 2 students like dueling it out. I think that would be kind of cool to put in here, because there's so much room, like I said. But if you guys have any ideas for other rooms or what to put in there, let me know. I'd love to hear them, and any suggestions you have for any part of the castle in general, go ahead and drop that in the comments as well. And that's gonna be it for this week, guys. So until next time,